Okay, here's the last one in this set, and it's called Being the Question. And it's from 3/4/2010, second of that day, the Mayan day 8 Earth. In the last journal entry, I asked some questions, thinking, of course, to come up with some answers. And that didn't happen. Interesting when it turns out like that. I find that sometimes the question is the answer. No, let me put it like that, but share more to help it make sense. Having the question, just being with the question, is often what is called for. My time spent in the no mind comes to my aid here, to the rescue, for it taught me that not knowing is the best state to be in. Yeah, like that. No, it doesn't make sense, but so what? Has making sense done all that much for you? Look around. Does the whole frickin' world make much sense the way it is? What good has making sense done mankind anyway? It's highly overrated. So let go. Let go of the need to make sense to yourself or someone else. Seeking to have something make sense is like wanting to be at the destination when you've just begun the journey. How can you get any kind of answer if you think it must immediately make sense? Make sense to whom? And to what? By whose standards? And who are you? If you don't know that, you're not in good shape to have things make sense anyway. Makes sense to whom? Okay, yeah, got carried away there. As you can see, this has been my frequent meditation, but moving on now. Being with a question, being willing to stay in a space with no answer, no readily available obvious answer, is really cool. It's special. This is the empty cup, see? Can you see this? I bet you can. Heck, you were probably there before me. But anyway, let me sing my song here. Let's bring some other folks on board with us, okay? So, perhaps you'll join me then with Jed McKenna's question, if not with his books. It's just this: what are you moving away from, and what are you moving toward? It's a really good question because it makes you center within. And some people almost never do that, while most seldom do. That's the power in a good question, you see, to bring you home to center. Now, naturally, I'd call it heart and say center down or go inside heart space or something like that, but I'm not so attached to that. It doesn't matter how you think of it. It's just a concept. The doing is the thing, the going within. It's really a being, not a doing. But it takes a doing to get there and find that out. We're all beings lost in doing for most of our life. Do this, do that, get the right education, the job, the mate, the fine house, nice car, the kids, the best electronics. The list never ends. All the doings laid out neatly before us like that, just there for the choosing. And so we get lost in all of that doing. We lose touch with the essence, the being, the soul, if you will, whatever term suits your fancy. We just lose the sense of that. We get lost. And most of us live like that for the rest of our lives, too. Look around you. How many awakened beings do you see? Very many? Well, there are more and more of us, of you, of them, the awakened and awakening ones, each and every day now. It's the time for that, and it's happening, and it's really beautiful, too. When you're in heart or centered, you can feel them awakening, and you're strengthened by that. All are one, you know, and awakening is the entering into that. It's really cool. No, Like Jed, I'll say it's not at all what most people believe, what they think they've set out to achieve. Awakening is amazing, but it's not some spiritual state, some nirvana or endless bliss. Nope. But let's leave that before I really tie myself up in knots trying to explain the totally unexplainable. So, if I may, I would like to encourage you, one and all, to go read a good book, but go within first. Try reading it from there. Don't be in a hurry. Then just see what happens. What good book? Well, where does your heart lead you? I recommend what I love, but that's not necessarily just right for you. Center down. The Anastasia books called the Ringing Cedar series, read them all and delight. I am that, the words of Sri Nisargadatta, a real mystic and a real guru from India. Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. Don't let his name put you off. It's really approachable. I'm going to add one more in here. Initiation by Elizabeth Heisch. You'll find it on my scribed collection of fun and favorites. You'll find a lot of good books there. You'll find these other ones too, probably, except for Anastasia. Okay, don't really know about the McKenna books yet, so I can't quite recommend those. The ones above are so high and so holy, each in their own unique way, however. I think many will find their soul's delight hidden within. It will come out in the reading experience. Enjoy.